What's up everyone? I have a 5 Puma victory for today. Actually, is it called a Puma or is it Puma? A very important question to start off the video. I think I've heard Grounded call it a Puma in one of his recent videos, but I've called it Puma my entire life, so I'm not going to change that for this video at least. You can let me know in the comments maybe how it's actually pronounced, and maybe I'll reconsider saying it correctly next time. Maybe I am correct in my pronunciation, who knows. But like whatever the case, the Puma is going to be the showcase of this video. And it's a very strong unit, I think you all already know that. But like you can use it for a lot of different purposes, which I wasn't really thinking about initially when the Puma got released. So like you can use it obviously with the mongoose, like get the full coconut team, full peanut team. That's obviously very strong, and you can do that with this team as well. But like the main use that I found for the Puma was with the flashlight from the manta ray and the chameleon, so that way you can easily start scaling up. When it comes to the Puma, actually you can use even a T-Rex for scaling, but I wanted the Dern to be kind of thematic to abuse the Puma's ability as much as possible, so I went with the toys, and I think it turned out pretty fun. You'll see later on how it went, but for now I'm just trying to survive. Buffing up a gecko with a balloon. I think it's a strategy that I've employed way too often, and I don't think you can blame me honestly, because I think that the gecko is probably one of the best ways to get to the end game without losing many lives. Just because you can see right now it's a 9-8 with the tropical fish buffing it a little bit, and its ability is going to give it like 4 more HP, which is going to be very strong. And yeah, I think I'm going to be investing basically all my resources into the geckos, hoping that I can get them beefy. Trying to retain some level ups for turn 7 as well. I don't really like the tier 4 units in this pack very much, so I just try to skip them if possible. Like the chameleon is an exception, and maybe even the tar is good in some scenarios, like you can see my opponent using it. But like in most cases I just try to skip straight to tier 5 units if possible, and we will level into some on this turn. I have 2 level ups prepared. First off I get the stonefish axolotl level up, then I get poodle chicken. I think I end up settling for the axolotl just because at this point I hadn't gotten the 5 of a kind axolotl yet. I even give it the lasagna for the buff. You're going to be seeing a little bit of scatterbrained plays during this video, just because I hadn't gotten many of the 5 of a kinds in this pack yet. The tier 5 and tier 6 I mean, like the others I still don't have, and I don't think I'll have them anytime soon. But whatever the case, I'm just trying to focus on an axolotl here, maybe get 5 of a kind axolotl, but obviously that doesn't happen. But yeah, you can see on tier 4 I don't really find anything useful. Like I'm seeing some chameleons, but with puppy I don't think it's really worth it to go for it. I think you need at least the manta ray or a mongoose in order to have maximum effect for that. Thankfully I end up winning either way, despite me rolling so much gold away, and now I'm on turn 9, hopefully level into some useful units on this turn, we'll see. First level up is the Puma. Well, it's a Puma dragon, but I'm obviously going to be taking Puma. Dragon is a little bit underwhelming in this pack, sadly I get offered it again, which I don't really want to see, so I just throw past it. And now that I have a Puma on my team, I start freezing pills, hopefully finding some chameleons soon and a manta ray so that I can abuse the flashlight ability. I think this is going to be a win right here. Kind of scary, but thankfully because I buffed up the axolotl so much, it's starting to become a good carry unit. And yeah, the run basically boils down to, can I find the manta ray in time to be able to scale? I do find the Mosasaurus, which is also going to be very good. I think I might also find another one during this turn. I do find the manta ray, I think I freeze it. Have I been calling it a manta ray this entire time? I meant a stingray. Like they are very similar in names, so you have to forgive me. Thankfully I do end up finding double Mosasaurus, so the Puma is going to be getting +6/+6, very nice. Sadly I'm going to be losing here because they have so many token units that they cheese me with, but that doesn't really matter because I have the hearts to spare. And I'm getting 3 lasagnas thanks to the Puma, so now it's my strongest unit on the team. And now I'm going to go for a Stingray plus the Chameleon as we previously discussed, just because that's going to be a very big stat increase. You can see +6/+6 from the flashlight itself, and the Puma is going to give an additional +6/+6, so from 18-22 we jump up to, let's see what it is, 30-34, very good. I think I've had better, like if I've done my scheduling properly, you may have seen already my level 3 50-50 loyal chinchilla video where I get it to 50-50 stats using the similar strategies. I think I used it to better effect in that video, but this time as well I'm doing a pretty good job, I think. I froze an anglerfish last turn, hoping to find another Puma for my opponent. Sadly they did have a Puma, but I didn't look into it. Instead I find the flying squirrel, which I think is also going to be pretty nice. It allows me the freedom to be able to sell the Stingray now, if I so desire. Thankfully I managed to find another Puma, which means that the flashlight buff isn't going to be lost on my 40-46 Puma. I think I'm going to lose though because of my poor positioning, we shall see. Yeah, not even close sadly, but now I'm going to have 2 pretty big Pumas, including a third one on the team, and the flying squirrel is going to be super nice for me to be able to refresh the toy, the flashlight. I was looking at the Stingray for a second there, but I remember that I got the flying squirrel precisely because I don't need Stingrays anymore. So yeah, this team should be good enough, I think, to win some matches, and you can see I'm starting to win. I'm not allowed any more losses obviously, because otherwise the run would be a failed one and you wouldn't see it, it wouldn't reach YouTube. But thankfully the good luck keeps coming. I was considering a mongoose here for a second just to get the TV for some better buffs, but I don't think it's necessary. Slight repositioning just to make sure that the weaker Puma gets to 50-50 stats. I think it's going to make it to 50-50, let's see after this battle. Let's see how it goes. Kind of scary, but thankfully they didn't have good enough stats to beat me, it was close though. And now the 27-26 gets to a 50-50, and actually from what I can see now I wasted a little bit of buffage from the Mosasaurus trying to buff an already 50-50 unit, but whatever the case. Now I'm using a chameleon to buff the next weakest Puma. It got from a 6-5 to a 30-29, which is very strong. Like you can see the scaling ability in full swing here. And yeah, the team is mostly complete. I'm just going to be doing some more scaling in the very near future when the toy breaks. I don't think I'm going to look into any more how do you call it, chameleons in this run, but we shall see. I don't completely remember. Thankfully I managed to find the stake so that I can move the weakest Puma to the front with a relatively good reason for me to do that, and it's going to absorb the buffs. Replacing the stake with a melon because I think that would be more optimal, even though it's kind of suspicious with all the skewers and chilies and lionfish and octopi in the meta, but I think it was ultimately the right call. Thankfully I win there, it was kind of close with their peanut toy. And now the 6-5 transforms into a 36-35, basically getting, how many is it? I think it's 5 triggers from the from the flashlight, which is very crazy honestly. And yeah, all that's left to do now is to find the last Puma and hopefully win my next 2 fights. With the amount of scaling that I got, I think it should be pretty easy to. Even though it's turn 17, so it's decently late, so it's not really guaranteed that I win. But look at this 300 IQ play that I'm about to do. I was looking for a toy to replace the flashlight for this final turn. I was hoping for Peanut obviously, but this is very good as well, the ferret, just because now I can take it. And I can take the tennis ball, dealing 1 damage twice, 6 times, which means 12 damage on the entire team. And look at this. Look at what happens. If this play doesn't deserve your like and subscribe, I don't know what does. But look at this, they have the coconut toy, so they get a full coconut team, but I end up removing it, and yeah, it was very fun. If you enjoyed the run, please like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you next time. Take care.